Hi guys, I just wanted to start a little bit of recording that I've been meaning to do over the last few months, but I've actually got some downtime so at the minute, so I thought I would give you a little bit of an overview on what the project, the Adventure Tales project, is all about. A few people have asked me that they want to find out more about the group. Basically, sorry, this kid's out the back screaming. A few years ago, just before COVID hit, we constituted a group, a small amount of individuals, many who have mental health problems, anxiety, depression, chronic illness, and there's been a research link between bad mental health and those that suffer with chronic pain, and there's a number of studies that have come out in the last couple of years, especially since we've gone through all the COVID and all the shielding aspects of the pandemic, and it was something that I'd been aware of for a number of years, and I'd worked with various organisations around this theme. My background is community development and regeneration and engagement of communities, individuals, people. Whether that's a housing estate, whether that's a community of people with certain aspects, certain characteristics, it doesn't really matter. It's all about social inclusion and the equality and equity of all those that are involved, and we're all entitled to have and be able to do as much as anybody else. After I finished with community regeneration, I went into working with people with arthritis, and I do a lot around campaigns and policy, and I run a support group for that as well, locally here and online. And then I wanted to gain confidence myself. I wanted some more self-esteem. So I started with a local radio station, and I initially wanted to do just admin, which I did for a while, and then I became a presenter, then I became a producer, and then I managed that radio station, and then later on then I created my own radio project for adults with learning disabilities and chronic illness, in particular the mental health aspect of that as well. The Adventure Tales project started really because of me, because I wanted to link my love of photography, my love of being outside, and kind of bring it all together. And it started with just myself and one other person. After a while, a few more people got involved. We started a Facebook group, and we discussed what we wanted to do, we discussed where we wanted to go, we discussed funding opportunities, what we wanted to try and fund, what we wanted to do with that money to help other people. And then COVID hit, and we literally all had to shield, and many of us are still in some sort of semi-shielding. Going to big gigs, going to pubs and clubs is probably something that some of us probably won't do for a while, and even though the restrictions are lifted now, it's still not really safe unless you take extra precautions. So we restarted the project this year, and we're now looking at funding opportunities to provide equipment. So we've got individually, we've got our own sort of bits and bobs, but it's all stuff that we've gathered second hand, or it's my personal kit. So things like Dutch ovens, some extra Mora knives, some extra Bacolat landers, warm sleeping bags are really bulky, and it would be nice for us to have a few down sleeping bags, which one, maybe two of those, which we can use for lighter trips. We are also looking to fund a van, so that when we go out and about, we can go to events that we're being asked to do, and can talk about our project and what that project means to us. We go to our local woods, we go on trips, we sometimes have back garden bushcraft, as you can see from here, because it doesn't matter where you go, it doesn't matter where you practice, as long as you get out and we're not sat in front of the TV, or sat in front of in the house and not seeing anybody. And digital media is the perfect way of doing that. You can make friends, you can meet up with people understand you, people understand the community. We have to adapt some of the things that we do, so maybe axes, maybe knives, maybe you check in that the dexterity of our hands means that sometimes we have to have lighter tools, different shaped handles, bags that are lighter kit, so gas bottles and sort of gas stoves can be quite heavy, but then you can pick up lighter stoves to take with you. If you go car camping, which some of us sometimes do, we can take the bigger stuff. But if you're just going out for the day and you just want to just have a cup of tea and a bit of food, then we go with the Trangias, and as I said, the lighter stoves, and a pot and a grill. The project also looks at the nature and the natural world, so identifying trees, identifying flowers, birds, insects, taking photos of those, writing about what you saw, pick your favourite photograph, write about it, blog about it, put it up on the website. We're in a process of, I'm just in the process of really looking at the website and trying to list on there accessibility, where to go that is accessible, what we found, what isn't accessible, why we found it wasn't accessible, and also looking at YouTubers, Facebook groups, websites that you can learn new skills from. So learning a knot for somebody that's got rheumatoid arthritis, as some of us have, tying a knot is probably one of the most hardest things to do, even the most simplest of not, due to the dexterity and joint damage of the fingers and knuckles and the wrists. So if we find a product that works, then we would test that product, and at the moment I'm testing a ridge liner I've purposely bought with enamel claws and an easier mechanism to tie around a tree and things, which I'm finding a lot easier than tying knots and things. What works for me doesn't always work for somebody else, so if I can find some flaws with things, then I can write about them or blog them or vlog them, and somebody might find that interesting, somebody might not, somebody might come up with a better idea. And it's about sharing, and it's about skills, and it's about building the confidence, it's building the self-esteem, and basically getting outside and enjoying the weather when we get it.